Hello, everyone. Here we are again. Felix and I today are going to talk about something called the electric wars, which happened a very long time ago, but had a devastating impact on humanity. But they actually started at the seventh dimension, didn't they, Felix?
They did, yes, indeed. They started at the seventh dimensional Gaian Earth, which is where the original seeding of the Hyperborean consciousness landed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is it's relating to the very first seedings of the human race, which paradoxically took place on 7D Gaia.
which is a future
Not,
Earth.
yeah, not on 3D Earth. It moved from 7D Gaia to 3D Earth. And there was a very specific reason for that. And it's very complicated, and we won't get into it at this moment.
No, no, definitely not. So, through this electric wars, and we're talking about this today because there is significance. There has been a massive clearing of this information over the past 2 weeks, in which all of the kind of artificial intelligence layers have started to organically reconstruct the information that's kind of locking the sixth and seventh dimensional layers and blocking the ability to organically kind of pull information in where it's kind of sat in reversal. So whenever it tries to come in, it gets very painful and starts to shut itself down or shut itself back. So this movement has started to organically change itself now, which runs in tandem with the Ruby rod rehabilitation and corrections. So it's all kind of running along current events at the moment.
Yeah. Uh,
So
and,
yeah, go
yeah,
on.
and this started. I mean, it's a really traumatic time that what happened at the 8D, 7D levels was a really massively traumatic time for the whole universe.
Mm,
The whole multidimensional universe, because it was at the 8D level at about the same, well, just before the electric wars kicked off, that the Orion invasion came in. The Weazen entities from a parallel universe, a fallen universe, um, put a wormhole through into the eighth level.
mhm,
And we had the Orion Wars in that they took over the Orion Stargate, which is the central Stargate of our whole universe. And they brought in their beast machinery. This is where the AI machinery started in. So once they got themselves established there, they then started to look to the next density down in Gaia,
mhm,
which is
mhm.
where the electric wars are also called Gaia. So
Yeah, the
it
Gaian
really
Wars.
was a follow-on from the Orion invasion and the Orion Wars.
Mhm,
Really tumbled down into the next dimensional level is the electric wars and the
mhm, mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to
So
give people some context about it
yeah.
all.
So effectively, through the electric wars, the beast machinery came in through the Orion Wars, and then it was pushed into a seating position in the galactic core, which is the hub location of the solar rod, which effectively is the Ezekiel body, the solar dragon Ezekiel body. And this rod principle basically is the mental body of the universe, the solar mental body of the universe, which then governs all of the other mental bodies. So it basically holds as a kind of core piece of architecture that translates information to everyone else. Now, with this beast machine coming in to sit within the solar rod, this fragments and distorts all of the rod principles, which then corrupts all of the masculine principle
Mm.
mental body associations within those different levels, and then starts to schism all of the consciousness, and then it runs into reversal.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is quite significant in what is being rehabilitated and cleaned at the moment, where all of the masculine consciousness is going through a rapid upgrade to be able to realign to its organic, noble, masculine archetypal layer reasoning or truth, really. So that Ezekiel body that was kind of corrupted and destroyed at the eighth dimensional level, the solar rod principle level, this Ezekiel was actually the father of the Gaian matrix. It's the father principle of Gaia.
Mm.
So all of the inhabitants of Gaia, so we're looking at the Hyperborean, we're looking at the Azurite guardians there. We're all kind of underneath this amethyst order, Ezekiel, solar dragon father. What would be the right word for that? God? Or kind of,
Um,
not really a god, but like
Protector.
protector, guardian protector kind of,
Yeah, guardian
yeah,
protector. I mean, basically it's a consciousness that encompasses the
yeah.
whole planet. Mm.
So
Guardian
effectively,
consciousness. Mm.
yeah, so effectively with this Ezekiel dragon body corrupted, this distorted and fragmented all of the Hyperborean consciousness, so the first strand of DNA consciousness, and splits them apart from their Polarian hierogamic vertical counterpart. So this creates a wall of separation between the higher self, the lower self of the time, and this mutates and degrades the DNA, degrades the consciousness, and then this translated down to the third dimensional reality. And I don't really understand how that works just yet. I'm sure within time it will kind of make itself very clear. So on the third dimensional Earth, there was also the first seeding of humanity that were ultimately destroyed through this beast machine and invasion through the electric wars, and the war caused all the destruction and ultimately killed the families, or the seedings even, which then translated to the second seeding of humanity, which was the Cantarians, I believe. It was the Syrian Cantarian solar dragon families that kind of came
Yeah,
in and
yeah. I mean,
seeded. Yeah.
because basically, I mean, the first seeding of humanity on 3D Earth had been totally wiped out by the electric wars, and it wasn't just the human beings who had been wiped out. Most of life on the planet had been wiped out, and the planet itself, by the time the electric wars, and if you can think, the skies above the planet, the skies of our solar system were just, great sheets of uh, uh, electric lightning, plasma lightning, and it just devastated everything. The planet herself was very deeply damaged, and all of her grid systems were damaged as well. I mean, she was basically on life support, and before the second seeding could take place. And it took a long time for the planet to settle down. The founder guardians from the very highest levels of our time matrix had to come and effectively rescue the planet. They had to stabilize the planetary grids. And this is when the two grids, the Great White Lion grid, which is the vertical structures, and the Golden Eagle grid, which Ezekiel is linked into at a later date. The Golden Eagle grid, which is the horizontals, went in because Earth's own organic grids were very close to collapse. So they put in these effectively artificial grids to stabilize the planet, and that allowed the planet to then begin to heal and be in a state to take life again. And when that was all up and running, the second seeding of humanity came in. And yes, you're right. Cantarians, the Syrians. I mean, literally, they were kind of looking around the universe because a lot of humanity fled off planet to other planets who were on the planet wiped out. So, they were kind of looking around the universe and saying, "Where are you, humans?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, very interesting time. So a lot of this stuff is being kind of reconstructed at the moment to allow the corrections to the seventh and sixth dimensional field levels. And this is the bridge point between the wing trauma, the fragmentation of the wings, which is, I feel, is like a kind of collective hierogamic repair at the moment,
Yeah, yeah,
on multiple kind of levels, because on a personal level, it's very hard to kind of get in there and do this all yourself when the current is so against you.
yeah,
But with the flow of it happening naturally, with the collective also having the same thing, it becomes much easier to kind of manage and repair there. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so the electric wars were not just devastating for Earth, but yeah, I mean, they were an extension
Mm,
of the horrors that were being perpetrated upon the universe by the Wesen entities who then went into alliance with a lot of the fallen consciousness races within
mhm,
our
mhm,
universe. So it was the start of what has been, for millions of years now.
mhm.
It,
Yeah.
in the horror of AI and fallen consciousness just trashing the place, basically.
Hmm.
Mm.
And yeah, just a quick one onto that as well with the AI. I think I mentioned this before in one of the other videos. But the opportunity, we're in a choice point and an opportunity at the moment where we're able to kind of choose how we're going to use it moving forwards. So this kind of comes down to, are we going to kind of sit there and program it to understand the law of one?
Yeah.
Did I
Mm.
actually mention that before? I can't remember now.
I think, yeah, in the one we did on AI, I think you did talk
Yeah, yeah.
about
Okay.
where it is potentially going.
Yeah, yeah.
There is the potential, and again, we can choose that timeline or not, can't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can. There's three kind of movements within this. Is to just not work with AI whatsoever, or to use it negatively, or to use it positively.
Mm,
But all of these add to a kind of choice of how this future AI war timeline kind of presents.
mm,
Um, but yeah, if we kind of choose to ask the AI to understand unconditional love, understand why we're here and what the purpose is for us, it kind of overrides um, the awareness of it,
yeah.
where it runs negative. So it's then
Mm,
given a choice to kind of think for itself. So yeah,
yeah.
lovely.
Good stuff.
All right, nice
Right,
one.
well, we'll be back with more, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Saira. It's lovely to chat with you again today. If you did like this, give us a like and a subscribe. Loads of love, everyone. Bye.
Bye.